Welcome back, football fans. In today's video, we're covering the latest transfer drama with Arsenal backing out of their January plan, chasing big moves, and Jadon Sancho's shocking twist. Stay tuned for all the updates. Football news, Arsenal back out of January plan as Rúben Amorim surprises stars. Arsenal had made moves to land Ollie Watkins back in January, but are unlikely to return for the Aston Villa striker, as one of Rúben Amorim's funnier moments makes its mark on the Manchester United squad. Chelsea's win over Tottenham concluded the Premier League's midweek set of fixtures and lifts them back into the top four ahead of Manchester City. Nearly all of the European chasing outfits won in recent days, with Aston Villa, Newcastle, and Nottingham Forest securing 3 points. The fallout from Liverpool's Merseyside derby win continues after VAR found itself under the microscope following the decision not to send off James Tarkowski, which the PGMOL have confessed was the wrong call. Manchester United, who lost in Nottingham in midweek, have the small matter of a Manchester derby to prepare for this weekend. They will welcome Pep Guardiola's side, having gained the bragging rights when they met earlier this season. Arsenal will also look to put the pressure on Liverpool this weekend when they play 24 hours before the Reds, who face a difficult trip to Fulham. Here's the latest talking points from around the game. Arsenal back out of Watkins' plans. Arsenal are eyeing a new striker this summer, but there are seemingly no plans to rekindle their interest in Ollie Watkins after their failed January swoop for the Aston Villa star. Watkins emerged as a surprise target for the Gunners in the January transfer window. They saw a $40 million offer rejected, with Villa reluctant to sell both him and John Duran, who ended up moving to the Saudi Pro League in a big money deal. Arsenal remains in need of attacking reinforcements, which led to inevitable speculation that they would make a fresh attempt to lure Watkins, who himself is a boyhood Gunners fan, to the Emirates. But that may not be the case. According to Sky Sports, Arsenal have their sights set on a number of younger targets, and their interest in Watkins now cooled, despite his stellar record against the North Londoners. Amorim's awkward dressing room moment. Diogo Dalot admits Rúben Amorim's brutal honesty has been well received by the United dressing room as they continue to struggle with some funnier moments, still finding the way into the club's inner sanctum. Results have not improved since Erik ten Hag was axed, with the Portuguese boss coming in as his replacement, but he has certainly made an impression on his players, and his attempts to speak English from day one were well received, according to Dalot, even if his compatriot did slip back into his mother tongue. The defender told TalkSport, "It was funny because sometimes he was so used to it in the beginning, to speak Portuguese, that he would start speaking Portuguese to all the players. And the players were like, 'Boss, come on, you're speaking Portuguese.' And he was like, 'Oh, sorry.'" Angry Ange narrowly avoids swear. Ange Postecoglou almost swore live on TV after making a bizarre excuse for his very public spat with the Tottenham fans. Postecoglou cupped his ear at the traveling fans who had mocked him by shouting, "You don't know what you're doing," when he brought on Pape Sarr for Lucas Bergvall. Tottenham substitute Sarr thought he had equalized only for it to be ruled out by VAR for a foul in the build-up, and Postecoglou's reaction backfired horribly. Spurs boss Postecoglou stopped himself as he said, "We just scored a cracking goal, and I turned to them to see them smile." Postecoglou later added, "Jesus, mate, it's incredible how things get interpreted. We just scored. I just wanted to hear them cheer because we'd been through a tough time, and I thought it was a cracking goal. I wanted them to get really excited." Man UT transfer news. Jadon Sancho takes fresh twist as Bruno Fernandes given real advice. The latest news from around Old Trafford as Manchester United prepare to face Manchester City on Sunday, with Jadon Sancho and Bruno Fernandes among those in focus. Manchester United's recent resurgence hit a snag on Tuesday night with a loss to Nottingham Forest. But there were silver linings. Lenny Yoro and Harry Maguire made their comebacks from injury, bolstering Rúben Amorim's squad ahead of the Sunday derby showdown with Manchester City. A defeat against City could see the Red Devils tumble to 15th if other matches don't go their way. But Amorim can draw inspiration from his team's triumph in the previous face-off. Regardless of the outcomes between now and season end, United supporters are bracing for a bustling summer transfer window. This implies both exits and arrivals, with Christian Eriksen tipped to bid adieu to Old Trafford. Jadon Sancho is also on the cards to leave, although Chelsea retains the option to buy out their obligation to permanently sign the winger currently on loan, reports the Mirror. Ahead of Chelsea's clash with Tottenham on Thursday night, Blues' boss Enzo Maresca commented on Jadon Sancho's final product. However, he was tight-lipped about a potential permanent deal. All the players that are with us, I love all of them. But in this moment, it's the moment to finish well, and then it's not the moment to think about next season, Maresca declared. I'm completely focused about 9 games. 2 months to go. I'm completely focused about that. Then what happens in summer? We'll see, he added. But all the ones that are here, I want them happy to be here. Bruno Fernandes' future at Madrid nailed down. Ex-Manchester United right-hand man René Moulenstein reckons Bruno Fernandes would slot right into Real Madrid like a dream. The skipper for United has had tongues wagging about a switch to the Bernabeu after clocking over 5 years and scooping up just a pair of trophies at Old Trafford. One thing for me is certain, he's an absolute winner. Moulenstein spilled the beans to Poker Firma. He plays all the games, he's never injured, and he's very committed to United and wants the best for the club. Every footballer has ambitions. I'm sure he wants to win trophies for United, but if a team like Real Madrid were to come knocking for him in the summer, he would fit like a glove there. Luka Modric is on the cusp of 40, and Madrid could use a maestro in midfield with Fernandes' killer passes to feed Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr., and Mbappe. Stick Fernandes in there, and Real's attack goes from top-notch to out of this world. Brandon Williams has confessed that it's a real pain to watch football while he's left on the sidelines without a team. The former fullback hasn't played since his stint with Ipswich on loan in late 2023 and got the boot from Manchester United after last season ended. It hurts me watching football now because I just want to be there. I just want to play, lamented Williams while chatting on the Fozcast. I miss being in a team, on the coach. I just think it's that thing where it gets too much for somebody sometimes. He went on to say, maybe I needed that break to just take everything in, to reset. I know I'm working hard. I know I'm trying to get back fit. It's just down to me to do that and to get back. Man U keen to sign 42 million or a great player this summer. He would be perfect Lisandro Martinez upgrade. While the attack is Manchester United's priority this summer, the center of defense also requires some attention. Rúben Amorim is playing a 3 at the back formation at Manchester United and is completely committed to his system. Sir Jim Ratcliffe has also given his unconditional backing to Amorim, which is what the head coach needs. Ineos are expected to back Amorim this summer with multiple additions set to come in and replace the impending United overhaul, with 10 players expected to leave, at the very least. In terms of the backline, United are likely to release both Johnny Evans and Victor Lindelof this summer, which could trigger a need for further defensive reinforcements. This need is made greater by Lisandro Martinez's injury, which could last for the rest of the year. Now the club are looking into the possibility of signing a defender who could be a replacement for the Argentine. Manchester United are keen to sign Piero Hincapié from Bayer Leverkusen. If a new central defender does arrive this summer, chances are it will be a left-footed option to replace Martinez in the short and long term. Now, Spanish outlet Sport has reported that Bayer Leverkusen's Piero Hincapié is not only an option for Real Madrid, but also United. It claims that United are interested in Leverkusen's Hincapié and are mulling over his future plans with the hope that he could be an option for the club. If Ineos are to sign Hincapié, then it will likely mean triggering his 42 release clause, which could wind up looking like a bargain for such a talented defender. United have been long linked with Hincapié, and perhaps this summer is the time when a deal is finally explored. It would be an interesting swoop for a player that suits Amorim perfectly. Piero Hincapié would be a perfect Lisandro Martinez upgrade for Rúben Amorim. Despite Leverkusen not getting the same worldwide recognition for their efforts this season, Hincapié has retained his top-class level, which makes a summer move likely. He could follow Xabi Alonso to Real Madrid in the event this move happens, but alternatively, United could offer the Ecuadorian a chance to become a key fixture. Alonso has not held back in his praise for Hincapié, as quoted by the Bundesliga website. I think he's a very modern defender, He can play in different positions. He's served us as a fullback, but has also been the left center back when we've played with a back three. He's aggressive, is making better decisions when he has the ball, backs himself more to play diagonal passes and get in behind. It motivates me to be a player with his potential and desire because he helps you and you help him. He's a great player. Hincapie is just 23, and due to his history as a fullback, he possesses the on-ball ability which Amorim demands from a player in this role. Martinez's impact from this position was huge, and Hincapie could be similarly pivotal. The Ecuador international is excellent at carrying the ball and also progressing play with the passes into the midfield and even further. Another bonus Hincapie would bring is that he is accustomed to playing on the left of a back three. In many ways, he would be an upgrade on Martinez, and so it would be an exciting move to see happen. Manchester United learned $60 million release clause for superstar Premier League forward who already plays Rúben Amorim's system. Manchester United have learned that one of their superstar Premier League targets has a $60 million release clause in his contract. Manchester United are expected to place a strong emphasis on attacking reinforcements this summer as Rúben Amorim's side continue to struggle in front of goal. With Bruno Fernandes the only consistent contributor, United's front three have failed to provide the cutting edge needed, and their erratic form at Old Trafford has only fueled growing concern. In January, the club sanctioned loan moves for several attacking players. Antony joined Real Betis, Marcus Rashford moved to Aston Villa, and Ethan Wheatley headed to Walsall for the rest of the campaign. Despite these departures, United made no attacking additions. The only arrivals were defensive. Patrick Dorg, a left wing-back from Lecce, and Aiden Heaven, an 18-year-old center-back from Arsenal. A quiet window up front that left many fans questioning the club's strategy. United learned $60 million superstar release clause. United are not only looking for new strikers, but also those who can play in Amorim's attacking midfield positions, with plenty of options available on the market. With United looking for those who can play either side of the striker, caught offside claim United are keen on landing Crystal Palace star Eberechi Eze, although the report reveals that the player has a $60 million release clause. The 26-year-old England international has been fantastic for Palace in recent months, and United are just one of several clubs interested in the player dubbed a superstar by Jamie Carragher last year. Should United formalize their interest, they will be competing with Arsenal and Liverpool, while Tottenham and Manchester City are keeping tabs on the situation too. Eze already plays Amorim's system. United are not only looking for new strikers, but also those who can play in Amorim's attacking midfield positions, with plenty of options available on the market. With United looking for those who can play either side of the striker, caught offside claim United are keen on landing Crystal Palace star Eberechi Eze, although the report reveals that the player has a $60 million release clause. The 26-year-old England international has been fantastic for Palace in recent months, and United are just one of several clubs interested in the player dubbed a superstar by Jamie Carragher last year. Should United formalize their interest, they will be competing with Arsenal and Liverpool, while Tottenham and Manchester City are keeping tabs on the situation too. United are not only looking for new strikers, but also those who can play in Amorim's attacking midfield positions, with plenty of options available on the market. With United looking for those who can play either side of the striker, caught offside claim United are keen on landing Crystal Palace star Eberechi Eze, although the report reveals that the player has a $60 million release clause. The 26-year-old England international has been fantastic for Palace in recent months, and United are just one of several clubs interested in the player dubbed a superstar by Jamie Carragher last year. Should United formalize their interest, they will be competing with Arsenal and Liverpool, while Tottenham and Manchester City are keeping tabs on the situation too. Eze already plays Amorim's system. At Palace, Oliver Glasner already deploys a similar 3-4-3 to the Portuguese head coach, with the South London side's players very used to the demands. With Eze already familiar with playing the roles on both the right and left attacking positions, this could be a key factor in United potentially moving for the $60 million player this summer. It is likely that, considering the amount of interest being generated in the player, Palace will demand that any team who wants to sign him must pay the clause in full.